Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Whether it's our stories,
To restart it, what's wrong with the
warmth
monitor?
of our laugh, or our family's
The monitor in the
secret
studio,
sauce,
it's not on.
we all bring something different to the table. So
It's on
make some
Facebook.
space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone.
Yes, like it's previewing
Learn
the
how you can help
Facebook.
strengthen your
It wasn't like that when I
community
left
at
it.
belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Okay, sweet. Okay, thank you.
Even the mighty might not see it
What button did you
coming.
press?
It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own
I got you.
hero
All right, bye.
on smartphones
Thank you.
everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, was today hot enough for you? I know it was for me, and this is just a sign of things to come heading into the next several days of our work week. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor here live in the Rooms to Room Weather Center for Mississippi Live Weather at 10. We thank you guys so much for joining us. Let's go ahead and get into what we will be discussing here at the 10 o'clock hour on Mississippi Live Weather. Well, first, rain chances remain limited to none for a lot of us, and we'll walk through that forecast in more detail for our Thursday, but at least models are at least projecting a few showers towards our Thursday afternoon and evening. We'll definitely take that and we'll walk in more detail on the positioning of those showers here in just a moment. The heat, like I mentioned, is just getting started. Today, actually one of the cooler days over the next 7, so I hope you enjoyed it because it's only up from here. And we're talking temperature-wise, not in regards to just how good that forecast looks. And how about that heat? Well, I put a poll out earlier today. We will have the results of if you're ready for fall or if you're wanting to fall back on that summer forecast a little bit more. There were a few of you, so do not be surprised, but we'll see the results of that poll coming up tonight at 10, along with those football forecasts, but I was only limited to 3 headlines, but it shows you how action-packed our show is, and we're so excited to get into it. Let's first start with the first 12. 72 degrees by 11, cooling off overnight into the mid-60s, so a little bit more of a mild start to our day, but that's a result of that warming trend, both affecting high and low temperatures, and we're seeing that in full effect throughout our morning commute. Now, by the time we get towards those daytime hours, sunshine really ramping up our temperatures. We'll see upper 60s by 8, mid 80s already by 11 a.m. and those low 90s, they'll be here before you know it. Do not worry about that. Live look outside there in Greenwood, 73 degrees at dew point, much higher than what it has been in recent days. So that's a result of some of the warmer air that's in place, some of that more moist air, and that's going to limit how much we cool off overnight. So not expecting those mid to upper 50s like what we had a couple of days ago. No, this is going to be your more summer-like pattern. Tupelo, 72 degrees, even the dew point in Tupelo showcasing 66 degrees, but a beautiful shot there of downtown. I know folks were out and about this evening enjoying those dry conditions. That's a good thing with this forecast is the dry conditions make you able to go outside and enjoy that afternoon playing at the park or wherever you want to go, but definitely need some moisture, definitely need some rainfall in that extended outlook because drought monitor comes out tomorrow and it's not shaping up to be a good one. Mississippi Live Weather Radar, I mean, you can see how dry things are, no rain chances across the region. We did have a few earlier on there towards the Delta, and that's where, I mean, we had a few light showers towards Cleveland, Greenville, Hollandale, not overly high on those rain chances though, and a lot of us staying on the drier side. And even where we did get those showers, see how small they they are. So even if you live close to Cleveland, you are more likely to not see rainfall than to see rainfall. So that shows how limited that moisture is. And as we look more at that satellite imagery, we can get a visual on some of that cloud cover, and you'll see how clear things are tonight. So that cloud cover remaining out there towards Memphis, Nashville, Bowling Green, Fayetteville, seeing a few showers as well. That's where that next chance of rainfall is. Some of that disturbance moving into North Mississippi in that extended forecast, and we are fingers crossed that things work out, because like I said, we definitely do need that rainfall. The drought monitor comes out tomorrow, and we're not expecting good things. Let's go ahead and get through Mississippi Live Weather Radar in regards to a surface analysis right here, and you might see multiple things. Well, first, that frontal boundary that cooled things off, now transitioning to more of a stationary front, that shifting east, and with that as it shifts east, high pressure shifting out there too. So now we're getting those winds coming out of the south a bit more, and that's going to produce some of that warmer, moist air, hence why we're not cooling off nearly as much overnight, and exactly why we're going to be warming up to what we are tomorrow afternoon. That frontal boundary has since stalled out, and that's really as far south as it'll go, is right there towards Omaha. I wish Matt was here. I could ask him what city North Kansas that would be, but north of Topeka, north of Kansas City, that's what I know geographically speaking, towards Kansas, and of course north of St. Louis. So not anywhere close to North Mississippi in summary, meaning our rain chances not exactly going to be exponential in that extended outlook. Let's go ahead and zoom into North Mississippi right here to kind of get a better visual on the Twin States and just how we'll be looking into those overnight hours and into the early morning forecast of our Thursday. You do see some showers moving across Columbia, Tennessee into the Huntsville region. That could produce a few showers over there towards Marion and Franklin County, Alabama, but I mean that's as far west as we're getting in North Mississippi, staying on the drier side. But pay attention to this disturbance that's moving through Arkansas. Right now, Little Rock around 12 p.m. and into that afternoon forecast, we do see some of that disturbance move into North Mississippi, producing a few, yes, light showers. I mean, they will be that big on your radar, but hey, rain is rain, and we're not going to be upset about that whatsoever. Next 24, 65 around 6. Then we ramp up to the mid-90s once again, like I said, an even warmer forecast than where we were at today, and that 10% chance of rainfall in the forecast by 6 p.m., extending towards 9 and 10 o'clock. We're hopeful that that continues to verify, and so far every single model run on your Wednesday and so far heading into your Thursday, looking pretty optimistic on those rain chances. But again, 10%, not exactly widespread coverage, so a lot of us going to be more disappointed than appreciative. But like I said, every drop matters here around this time of year. So coming up in the next 60, we'll actually take a deeper dive at those rain chances for your Thursday afternoon. Again, I said it's not much, but it will matter to a few folks that do get it, and so we'll be walking through the positioning a bit more. And of course, we're going to have your football forecast, your Carl Hogan SEC forecast, and of course your Casey Lott Friday night football forecast, your game of the week forecast, and we actually do have that poll, the results of do you enjoy the heat? Well, if you haven't voted, there's still time to do so, and we'll track those results coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
What would you give for a child you loved? To make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. We're starting with your Weather Watcher submissions this afternoon and into this evening. And Terry in Hamilton capturing a great shot of the sunset there in Hamilton, Mississippi. I mean, a great shot right there, kind of interacting with that moisture with the cloud cover. And you do get that sunbeam that's projecting over the horizon. So that is just a great shot, capturing what was a fantastic day across North Mississippi. So big shout out to our Weather Watcher, Terry. Thank you for keeping us informed out there in Hamilton. And of course, hopefully staying on the drier side once again for our our Thursday, keeping those beautiful conditions around. Now getting a look at Monroe County, you can definitely see Smithville, 72 degrees, that dew point 66. So much more of a moist atmosphere that's going to limit how much we cool off overnight. So yes, the 50s are over. We're going to be staying in the mid 60s overnight for a lot of locations, not just in Smithville, but even out there towards the Oxford area, 72 degrees with dew points 63. So it is going to be not going to say a muggy forecast, not going to say humid forecast, but definitely a noticeable difference heading into tomorrow morning. And if you've been wearing the long sleeves the past couple of mornings, you don't need to anymore because it is going to be that slightly warmer start in that forecast. Now, what we're looking at on Mississippi Live Weather Radar was that little bit of showers out there towards Cleveland, Greenville, and Hollandale, basically down Highway 61. If you live along that region, you were either very happy or very disappointed because you were so close to that rainfall. But elsewhere, I mean, if you didn't get rainfall, you're just like the rest of us in North Mississippi, staying on the drier side overnight. Perfect for any outdoor plans, but unfortunate whenever it comes to watering and keeping those plants alive. Cleveland, Greenville, and Hollandale, like I mentioned, about 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch in a few locations. So that's definitely the fortunate areas that got some of that rainfall this afternoon. But again, look at the rest of North Mississippi. Dry as can be. So that's where we need to make sure to keep those sprinklers on, keep the, what is the water? Oh my word, I forgot the name of it. That pot that you water the flowers with. I'm going to be embarrassed. It's 10:10 at night. So forgive me on that. And I know someone in chat will let me know because I am very embarrassed that I forgot what that was called. And that's going to be all in my mind from here on out. Watering can. There we go. Okay, sweet. I knew it would come to me. Okay, let's get back on the forecast. These were high temperatures today across the region. You definitely noticed that we reached the 90s at a lot of locations. 90 Oxford, Water Valley, 92 Clarksdale, Senatobia, 88 around Corinth, and 87 there towards Red Bay. Temperatures right now, much different. We've definitely cooled off quite a bit, but not going to be cooling off nearly as much as we have been. You still see the Delta mid to upper 70s with 78 Clarksdale and Cleveland, 77 Tunica. Elsewhere, I mean, our lowest temperature, 68 around Amory, 69 Iuka, and 74 towards Macon. So it's just going to be more of a milder evening than what we have been seeing. So your day planner overnight, 70 degrees by midnight, 65 towards tomorrow morning. So it is going to be, yes, cooler, but setting the scene for an even warmer day heading into our Thursday. Fortunately, with that extended forecast, we're staying dry and we're staying clear overnight and into the start of our Thursday. You can see right here, let me get back on this graphic. I want to make sure we go through the entire overnight hours. This is about midnight. Some of that cloud cover trying to trickle in and some of that moisture, I mean, reaching Savannah, Tennessee, maybe clipping parts of Iuka, but I think that's a bit of a stretch. A lot of those rain chances still remaining out there towards Marion and Franklin County in Alabama. That's going to be for your morning commute. And still, even then, look at how light those are. So not going to be an impactful rainfall. If anything, you'll flip the windshield wipers on for about a mile and then turn them right back off. So low temperatures tomorrow morning, since it's going to be a milder start. We're tracking mid 60s with 64 in Amory, 65 Tupelo, and 64 towards the Prentiss and Alcorn County area, 69 Cleveland, and 68 there in Belzona. So your school day forecast starting out mild, but then we climb from there. Buckle up for the heat. 84 by lunch, 93 by that last bell. So it is going to be hot by the afternoon. It's definitely not a time for the long sleeps, especially whenever you pair that with your sunshine. But let's get into our Thursday because this is what we're all eagerly waiting on, is some of those rain chances popping up in and around North Mississippi. This is still by 9 a.m. a drier forecast, but you see some of the southerly wind trying to supply a little bit of that moisture in our area, and that'll definitely be conducive to at least a few of those pop-up showers. Not really early afternoon. It'll be late into your afternoon, so we're talking 1:30 on there towards about, rain chances not kicking in until later on in the evening. This is 1:30 at 3 o'clock, still on the drier side, but then we get into that 5 and 6 o'clock hour, and there's your pop-up showers at least starting to form there towards Lee County. I'm hopeful because that's not too far from the Manor household, so maybe we get some drops of rainfall there. I will take a picture and let you guys know if it's dry or if it is rainy. High temperatures, low to mid 90s still expected in the region. So this is just that gradual warming trend over the next few days. 94 Water Valley, 95 there towards Grenada. Feels like values right around that same margin. So this is going to be a hot forecast, but luckily still a dry forecast despite some of that moisture trying to re-enter the area. But look right here. I mean, rain chances becoming a way more widespread than even what models were predicting 6 hours ago. So the thing we need to note with this is we do expect some of that rainfall to push in by 8, 9 o'clock, the most widespread portions. But I mean, are we expecting this much rainfall? I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I think we're more looking at a few of those pop-up isolated showers that could produce a brief heavy downpour, but overall not going to be exactly significant moisture to alleviate some of those drought conditions.
That is a bit of an increase from earlier, isn't it?
It is an increase from earlier. Can they hear you?
Yeah, they can hear me.
Oh, that was, Matt, I want you to know you just took my soul from my body. That was insane.
I've been waiting for a moment to sneak in after the Kansas comment
Oh,
earlier.
man. So you're saying I need to take a breath and let you chime in for a second.
No, you're fine. I'm just messing with you.
So what city was that in Kansas then, since I was curious?
There's some places up there. I mean, Belleville, Kansas, perhaps.
Okay.
Smith Center, Kansas. It's just a little north of my hometown.
Oh, sweet. Well, hopefully they're okay tonight and enjoying that rainfall. But yeah, I mean, you're exactly right that this is even more widespread than what we were getting 6 hours ago. And so hopefully this continues to verify. And this is one thing our meteorologist Maggie McCauley will be walking us through tomorrow morning is what the latest model runs, because we'll get those next model runs in by 6:30 tomorrow morning. So definitely tune in if you are monitoring these rain chances. But we are fingers crossed on that forecast. I know Matt and I both are, as our yards are still on the crunchy side of things, right, Matt? Is he still there?
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, sweet. I mean, do you want to come in here and take a look, or?
I mean, do you want me to?
If you want to, hey, if you're here, I didn't know you were awake, right?
I mean, I guess if that's what you want. Ooh, but I think your mic. See, here's the problem. I think your mic kicked back off there. We'll bring you back in here for a second. Yeah, I mean, so you're right. This is a lot different than it was earlier at 6 o'clock, right? A lot more rainfall out there. But that has been kind of the trend. So, I mean, here's hoping it actually yields as much rainfall as what we're seeing there, but still more spotty than not the way I kind of described things. I'm going to click on this, see if we can make my clicker advance. So yeah, there we go a little bit. And it's just becoming a little more spotty by around midnight or so. So the only reason I kind of jump in is to say, number one, I'm going to be up at Boonville for the home opener for Northeast tomorrow. So I'm hoping the rainfall misses us. But considering the way we messed things up last week, Gabe, at the game of the week, it actually worked out up there in Prentice County. So maybe we'll get just as lucky this time around.
Yeah, at least it's not going to be a severe thunderstorm watch like what we were heading into the game last week with. I mean, we'll take a couple showers at this point, but no severe weather. I think we can all agree on that. But those showers do linger into that midnight hour there towards the Alabama state line before carrying off there more towards Alabama. So again, hopefully this continues to verify, and we'll have more details with that morning forecast. So all the more reason to stay tuned, because I mean, we're fingers crossed on that forecast. We definitely want that rainfall here. Just hopefully it's not enough to wash out any football games. You're exactly right, Matt. But 6 a.m. on your Friday, heading out the door, going to be a beautiful forecast. But let's go ahead and get into our Friday forecast too. And Matt, I want you to watch this, because this is definitely a ramp up from where we were sitting at 6 p.m. Watch how much moisture tries to move into the forecast. And the thing that you need to watch is that we're still on the HRRR model, not our strike model. So usually our strike model is one that's way more aggressive. This one still having several, I would say, scattered showers as of this point by 3 p.m. into that 5 and 6 o'clock hours. So this is going to be something that we continue to monitor. One thing that's worrying me about this is that northerly wind, at least cycling in some of that drier air. I know it's kind of the positioning with the front that we're watching, but also we do need that moisture return in our area with how dry that forecast has been. Don't you agree? Is your mic on?
Yeah, sorry, it was muted there for a second. Yeah, I do agree. You also notice that it washed out the front. Like, we had that cold front up north there, and instead it just kind of washed it out before it's really got in here. So yeah, I think we kind of have both those things working on us.
Well, and it seems like we're kind of in what we call a shear axis, because a lot of that activity very scattered, and that's really hard to pinpoint forecast of who's going to get that rainfall. What we like to do with this forecast is say, like, because we're getting some of those pop-up showers on our model runs all across North Mississippi, then the chances are definitely there to see some of those pop-up showers. But the positioning always going to disappoint a few folks, because if you are, say, in Bruce and you see that shower right over the top of Bruce, well, you expect it to be in Bruce. Thing is, that's not exactly how it works out. And so our chances, are just going to be sporadic development with very little impactful rainfall, just enough to have a sprinkler or two as we head about our Friday evening plans. Fortunately, dissipating out by the time we get into those football games. So we do have a dry forecast in place for our Friday night game of the week forecast. And we will be in Hatley that night. So excited to be there, and hopefully we stay on the drier side, but we'll definitely be monitoring things back here in the Room to Room Weather Center if things permit it. But we don't expect anything severe, and we don't expect anything really impactful when it comes to rainfall. A lot of that just being some brief isolated showers. High temperatures, mid-90s for your Friday. This is the story for our week. Yes, we want that rainfall, but this continues to dominate our area. Some of that hot air still in the area. 95 Bruce, 96 Grenada, and 97 towards Greenville and Greenwood. Heat indices still on the drier side, so we will definitely take advantage of that forecast because, hey, it at least makes it a little bit more bearable. But look at those temperatures over the next 7 days. Mid-90s Thursday and Friday. I told you to enjoy today because we were the coolest we'll be in the next 7-day forecast. Saturday, 95, 96 by Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday, a forecast we are watching for the potential of bringing in some triple digits here to North Mississippi. If that forecast stays dry, we expect that warming trend to go even higher over that next 5-day stretch. Luckily, dew point's still that drier area in place, and this is what's actually going to be more conducive for some of those triple digits as if our forecast continues to stay dry, monitoring this and of course tweaking that as need be, but you get the point. It's going to be hot over the next 7 days. So let's get a look at that high school game of the week. Of course, that forecast sponsored by Casey Lott. We're excited to partner with him on this. And of course, keep you guys updated with that forecast. 88 by pregame, 81 halftime, and 74 final snap. The thing to note, we are in a very dry pattern, so a lot of those showers that could happen towards the afternoon do dry out heading overnight or heading into the evening and of course for your football game. So Thursday and Friday, mostly dry with those few pop-up showers. And then Saturday, Sunday, much drier air kicking into the area. And that's exactly why temperatures are climbing. And then of course, Monday, Tuesday, staying dry. And that's what's allowing those temperatures to climb so much, upper 90s into the forecast. So this is going to be a hot one for sure. So stay hydrated and of course enjoy that dry air while it's here. It's still a great time to get outside. It's just unfortunate for keeping our crops and our vegetation and anything you want alive to stay alive because it needs that water. But let's go ahead and get into the forecast because I know we have some great football games moving into our weekend. This, of course, our Carl Hogan SEC football forecast. 87 round kickoff for your Alabama Crimson Tide against Wisconsin Badgers. I think it's just Badgers. And then Badgers. 93 by halftime. Is it just Badgers?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why Honey Badgers came into my head, but I know Honey Badger was a player for LSU way back in the day.
That's an LSU thing.
Do what?
That was an LSU thing back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let's see. Was Tyrann Mathieu? He was a Chiefs legend, actually. I think he's beating the drum. If you want a side tangent, he's beating the drum at the Chiefs game on Sunday. So go Chiefs.
There you go. That's why you're thinking Honey Badger.
Exactly. It's fresh in my mind. But yeah, Wisconsin, I'm hoping for this to be a good game against the Crimson Tide. But with that heat, I don't know if the Big Ten blood can handle some of this southeastern heat. 87 by the first play, but 95 by the final snap. So it's going to be a toasty one. Make sure to pack the sunscreen if you're heading over to Bryant-Denny. And not just there towards Alabama, even here in Mississippi. But the fortunate thing for us, our games are in the evening. Saturday at 5 p.m. against Alcorn State. I do not know their mascot, and I'm not even going to try. 89 by the first play, 79 by halftime, and 74 towards the final snap. Luckily, dry air dominating that forecast, so staying on the drier side all game long. Arkansas at Ole Miss. Same thing, but it's actually going to be even cooler since it's further into the evening. 87 by the first play, 79 by halftime, and 75 towards the final snap. Now, I did tell you guys that we put up a poll earlier today. Let's go ahead and get into that. The question that was asked was, actually, let's make sure it will go. Yeah, I thought it was there. Okay, so the poll of the day is, are you excited about the hot forecast coming back? And I'm going to ask this question whenever we get into the winter season and talk about the warm temperatures too, to show you guys how subjective you guys are. Because, I mean, we are in the thick of summer right now and only getting worse. So with the hot temperatures coming back, I mean, that's that summer forecast in full swing. So yes, I love summer, or no. Where's fall? So we asked you guys, and here are the results. You can see 12% said, yes, I love summer. 88% said no, where's fall? So an overwhelming majority of you guys are ready for the cooler weather to be here. That false fall definitely got you guys excited, but unfortunately we're back in that summer pattern. Fall still 2 weeks away, so we have to deal with that summer forecast a little bit longer. But it was just so fun getting to engage with you guys and see your thoughts, because I don't want to necessarily show excitement about heat returning if you guys aren't excited about it. So I'll put on the frowny face for you guys and say, it's going to be hot. I'm so sorry. But yeah, anyway, so it was just fun doing a little poll, and we'll do these from time to time, and so make sure to stay tuned. And speaking of poll, we have a poll coming out, I think tomorrow. Matt, if you're there, check me on this, with Band of the Week and Cheer of the Week. Does that start tomorrow or does that start Friday?
I'm pretty sure that we should have the voting starting tomorrow. I'm, after the show, going to double check to make sure we have all the pictures we need. As soon as we have those, we'll get them up.
Sweet. Well, you know where to go, Matt Lavon's Facebook page, and go ahead and submit your votes right there. It's either going to be Hatley's the Tigers, right? And the Mantachi's the Mustangs?
Why do you do that to me? By the way, Braves, Alcorn State.
Alcorn State Braves. That's a cool name. They're going to need some bravery if they're going to overcome the Bulldogs, right? But I think it's Hatley Tigers, if I remember correctly.
I think you were right on those two, but now I have to double check.
Well, I was at a Manatee volleyball game the other day, so I know they're the Mustangs, but Hatley, I think, is the Tigers. But either way, if you want to be Team Hatley, submit those votes, like that post. And if you want to be Team Mantachie, you know what to do. Vote for them, too. And it was a tight battle heading into last week's games. And it was like a 13-vote heading into that final night. And then, Baldwin took over, so at least on the cheer side of things. But yeah, so go ahead and submit those votes. We'll let you guys know once those are up and running. And of course, make sure to tune in tomorrow morning to meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Matt, I'm going to check with you. Do you have anything back at your studio?
Nope, I think we're good. I think it's ready to call it a night. It's a beautiful evening out there. I think that's one way in which the warm helps us, is you get those nice evenings. For sure. And beautiful sunsets, which you can, of course, submit to the free Mississippi Live Weather app, iOS and Android right here. Scan the QR code on your screen right now and go ahead and get those apps downloaded so you can send in your pictures. Easy way to do so, click the top left, scroll down, submit your pictures, and put your name, location, and we appreciate the time of which they were submitted. It just kind of helps us to know when and where it was submitted from. But yeah, I mean, if it's storm damage or if it's a beautiful sunset or anything like that, even just a picture of a thunderstorm, we appreciate all of that, and we go ahead and get those out to folks that need to see it. And if there needs to be any warnings or anything like that issued, you guys help us out with that. So a big thank you to everybody just being a part of our team and our weather watchers out in the field. I know we had that beautiful sunset this evening, so keep that up. We love seeing it. Our next broadcast tomorrow morning at 6:30, 7, and 7:30 with meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Like I mentioned, she's going to be walking us through the latest model runs on those rain chances, and we are hopeful and optimistic that that remains in place. We expect it to be so, and she'll have a little better look at that timing and impacts for you for your Thursday evening plans. And if you're heading into the Northeast game, you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that forecast. We'll be back tomorrow evening at 5, 6, and 10 as well with a better look at that football forecast for your Friday. And so we are so excited to get into this latter part of the week where it's a busy week, but a fun week. And we cannot wait to get into that with you guys here at Mississippi Live Weather. Have a great night, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
At Room to Room, did you know our specialty is custom ordered upholstery? Get the furniture you want and the fabric and color selection you want. With our free design service, we won't let you make a mistake.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious when he began to discover weather. Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.